I'm Jackie.
And I'm Ashley. Welcome back to Dumb Witch Club.
Silent gay. What was that? You're like leading a marching band.
I don't know. I started to, like, you did sort of like an old-timey thing, and then I was like, rat-ta-tat-tat. Like,
Oh, it was like New Orleans. You were like, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's go to New Orleans.
We should.
I want to so bad.
I know. We're going to.
Yeah.
I mean, we will.
Like, not right now.
No, probably not.
It's not the Magic School Bus. We're not just going to New Orleans. Do they do that on the Magic School Bus?
I don't think so.
Where do they go?
They go to, like, places where there's, like, science and stuff.
Yeah, they go, like, inside the human body or something like that.
Yeah, that's not happening
That's
either.
not. No.
Mm-mm. Okay. This is just starting off so weird. What do you say we do?
What the heck is going on? I have lost
You were
my
like
mind.
possessed or something.
Yeah.
You were totally fine before we started.
I know. Something about being like asked if you were ready. Like a vaudeville performer inhabited my body in that moment. It was like, this is my moment. And now he is coming through. Because it was very like male vaudeville, like Fred Mertz.
Was it like Boy Howdy?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah. That was a very like
It was like Will Rogers.
Yeah. I was gonna say that was like a 1950s cowboy,
like Gene Autry.
Gene Autry type of thing. I was like, boy, howdy. You were like, well, who am I talking to right now? I'm like, I don't actually know.
It's true.
I don't actually know.
It's true. Yeah. No, it happens. Anyway, it happens. All are welcome here.
He's here, and
sort
that's
of
fine, I guess.
Ish.
Yeah.
Let's pull a card and see if we can clean this whole situation up.
Yeah. Let's move on from this energy. You had your moment.
We do have the Oracle of Mystical Moments.
I love this oracle deck.
So
It's so pretty.
I love it too.
So should I choose?
Sure.
Okay.
I feel like, God, we haven't done a card pull in a long time.
I know, doesn't it feel like that? Why is it?
Yeah, it's because we've had a lot of witching hours.
That's true.
And then we had a break for Halloween time, and so we didn't, anyway, that's why.
That's true. We have had a lot of really fun, hilarious witching hours.
Yeah, they've been cute. They've been super cute.
You need to watch the Solar Returns one if you haven't watched it. It's like my favorite one of all time. And I won't tell you why. It's very funny.
Watch it and you'll know. Okay.
You'll know immediately. Okay. Come here. Come on. It's like, Sleeping Beauty's Dream.
Ooh.
Okay, why do I love this so much?
Sleeping Beauty's Dream.
Sleeping Beauty's Dream. It's like this beautiful sort of like, I don't know why the artwork kind of reminds me of like Little Women. It's like sort of...
It's that type of house.
Yes, it's that type of house. It's like she's got like a hair nest. Like it's made out of her hair, but it's like a bird's nest. And there's a house, and it kind of looks like Orchard House.
Yeah, it has like little outbuildings and like the big house.
Yeah. And she has like a velvet sort of like jacket. She's holding a bird.
Yes, and she's kind of looking like very peaceful.
It's like that's her dream all up there, and it's so pretty.
I love it. So, okay, I mean, I think this evokes really like a very sweet, like a dream. Like maybe that's what she wishes for.
I love that.
And
I appreciate that energy because it's not been this.
Yeah.
Right?
That's actually represents like a real turning point in energy for me.
You know, it kind of makes me think of when I first got here and we were just yapping in the kitchen, and I said something like, I'm not going to do, or why do I have to do anything I don't want to do?
Yes. Why do we have to do anything at this time of year?
Yeah.
Like it's, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then you were like, you don't. And I was like, oh, that's true. I guess I don't.
Yes.
So that kind of like, and you were like, yeah, just don't. Like, who cares? Just don't. Like, think whatever you want. And I'm like, oh, so maybe that's this.
No, I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, put it wherever. And then do you want to, let's consult the book and just see what little insights.
I
like to do
want
that.
To see. Sometimes it's helpful.
I'm just curious. And I also really like it because when the artist also kind of writes it, like you can tell what, their intention is for the card. So I really enjoy that.
It says soul journey, power of imagination, and inner strength.
Love.
Oh my God, I love all of this. We all know the story of Sleeping Beauty, who got pricked by a spindle and fell into a deep sleep. This card shows Sleeping Beauty asleep, her hair thick like thorns surrounding a castle. It's a castle. Imagine if your soul could wander while you sleep. It can. What places and people would it visit? Envision what kind of journey you could have. Your soul is not tied to a certain place. It is able to tear down walls and scale a hedge of thorns. Like the bird Sleeping Beauty gently holds in her hand, your soul is ready to be freed and soar to all the places in your dreams.
That is so beautiful and, God, so appropriate for this moment in time. Large scale and also small scale.
This is like the nice, beautiful, lovely version of the other terrifying thing I was telling you earlier. That freaked me out.
Yes.
And you were like, no, it doesn't have to, and then, like, we don't have to think of it that way, but also, and so I feel like this is, like, the antithesis of that.
Yes.
No, it doesn't have to be scary and just avoid.
No, it's super sweet, and I think we often try to put a positive spin on the card pulls that we do, and, you know, they're not, like, horrible negative things to begin with, but this one is, like, really sweet and really positive.
It is really sweet, and I feel like we're, you know, yeah, we do, like, we try to make light, or not light, but we try to
lighten.
Yes, or just make, like, something, a growth opportunity out of whatever we're presented. But, you know, I don't feel like we sugarcoat them either. Like, we've definitely had times where we're like, oh, great. Like, I know I have.
Yes. No, we have, but this is not that. This is, like, beautiful and lovely.
That feels nice.
It does. It feels really nice. It makes me really happy, actually.
I'll take it.
Yeah. And it makes me feel silly for how I felt a minute ago.
I know, same. It does make you feel kind of silly, like,
but not in a bad way either. It's like, it's fine.
Yeah,
so, like oopie,
haha. Just kidding.
Okay.
Wow.
Somebody's soul is wandering, and that is also
100%.
What is happening?
I don't know.
Okay. Oh, all right.
I feel like his name is Elmer.
Ooh.
I know.
That is not a common name.
No.
Anymore.
No.
Was it ever? Probably not.
No.
It probably didn't break the top 50 ever.
Probably not. Probably not.
No.
But this man, I think, is Elmer.
Elmer Hodge.
I'm afraid to write it down, though, because then now it's going to be real. I'm
I know,
scared.
Okay. It's all fine. Okay. What are we talking about today besides all this nonsense?
This is literally not what we're talking about. What we're supposed to be talking about is relighting the cauldron flame.
Yes.
I almost said yes, and I stopped so that I didn't say it at the same time as you.
Good.
Yep.
So what is this concept? I love it.
I know. Okay, so it's like, you know, there's so much pressure in life, especially on certain people. And witches just put all kinds of pressure on themselves too, right? To just be like doing and creating and manifesting, whatever. And if you listen to everything around you, you're never doing enough. And that exists in every community. And there's burnout. And you just get so tired of stuff. And this time of year is especially fraught with that. We were literally just talking about it. But sometimes you really want to, like, maybe you've had like a period of burnout and you really haven't done much of anything and you're kind of just in a slump, but you don't want to be.
Right.
So this is, you know, we're always going to be here encouraging you, like, you're doing fine. You don't have to be doing stuff all the time. We get that that's encouraging, but that's not always what people want to hear.
Right. And I think sometimes self-care is saying, no, I'm not doing that. And sometimes self-care is saying, you know what? Got to get my ass up and do this.
Yes, I need to do something. And what do I do, though? Because, I don't know.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, obviously burnout, like you said. But also, I just think there's times when you get, like, busy.
That, too.
It happens to all of us. And you just kind of are, like, not in touch with your, like, witch practice. Maybe you're not in touch with, like, your cycles and your rhythms as much. You're kind of just doing and busy and, like, life happens. Again, it happens.
Yeah.
But then sometimes when you recognize that, you're like, well, I don't like that, actually.
Yeah.
I need to correct this for me.
Yes.
Not because of pressure from outside.
Exactly. Yes. If you really do just feel like I'm motivated somewhere, even if it's like a tiny little spark, I'm motivated somewhere in there to try getting back into doing more, this is kind of like what we're talking about and who we're talking to. And it can be hard to know like where to start at that point too, because sometimes it feels like starting completely over. Yeah. And maybe some people are, maybe they were kind of like brand new to some of these things and overwhelmed.
No, and I think that can also happen too. Like you get started, you're super gung-ho, you're all about like every moon, everything, you know? And then after like 3 months of that, you like forgot everything and you stop doing it all.
Yeah, it feels like a lot.
And then you're like, oh my God, how do I even do it again? Yeah. So we have some ideas for y'all on this.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll start.
You want to start?
Because I was thinking of approaching this in a way of like, just like little things, little ideas that you could do that might not be big or take a lot of energy, but that could just like get you started, like lighting a match, right?
Like that.
However, I was like, if you're in that place and you're in this place of like, I want to get back, I want to get motivated, I'm feeling a little bit motivated, why not go big?
Why not?
Why not light a bonfire?
I love that.
So this is my idea. My idea is for an entire day.
Oh, I love this
dedicated to enriching yourself in your witchy practice.
Obsessed. Please go on.
Okay. So, obviously, each and every element that I'm about to say can be done singularly. You can just do one of the things. It's totally fine. But my concept is to have a whole day.
I love this whole day thing.
And so the whole day, you start out, you're going to dress in your witchiest clothing.
Okay.
What that means for you, I do not know, okay? It could be, obviously, like you do the all black thing. It could be you do like a fairy garden thing. It could be a cowboy skirt and boots. I don't know, okay? Whatever makes you feel connected to that spirituality and that part of yourself. When you're getting ready in the morning, this is where your spell work starts for the day. You're going to do a simple glamour spell. We've talked about this.
We have.
When you're getting ready, it's just you look in the mirror, you beautify yourself. If that includes, wearing makeup, doing your hair, great. If that just includes like washing your face and like putting on moisturizer, whatever it includes, that's where your spell work starts for the day.
Love it.
Then you're going to do a card pull. And this can be any kind of card pull that you want. This can be like we do, a simple single card pull. It can be a small spread, a past, present, future spread, like, with maybe keeping your witch practice in mind, like where you're at and where you need to go. Or anything else. It could be like a whole, Celtic cross tarot spread, whatever you have in mind, whatever you want to do. Then you're going to cleanse your space. You're going to do this with sage, incense, other kinds of cleansing are possible, like sprays and things like that. Going to make sure you open your windows, at least open one window. I know it's getting to be the cold season, but at least open one because you have to let that energy clear out and go out someplace. But you're going to take your time. You're going to walk around and you're going to do that. So by now, we're at the time of the day. Well, maybe you're going to make your coffee. You're going to make your tea. And here you're going to do more spell work. And you have referenced this when we used to do the spell of the week, I think. When you're drinking any drink, you can stir or swirl it in a manner and like sort of have intentions to bring in or even to banish energies and things. So you can plan this ahead a little bit, kind of know what you're going to do, or you can just be in the moment. And you can swirl it both ways. It's like clockwise to draw in. Counterclockwise to banish out or repel. You could do it both directions. You can do it for different things. Yes. So that's what you're going to do with that ritual. You with me so far?
I am.
All righty. The other component of this, and you can start this at any point, listen to witchy music.
I love that.
Again, what is witchy music? I do not know what is witchy music to you. I can give some suggestions and say what's witchy music to me. I think some pretty easy places to start that are like generally, universally, accessible are like Stevie Nicks.
Yeah, of course. OG witch herself.
Absolutely. Florence and the Machine.
Yes. Oh my gosh, please do that.
This can be like Joy Division.
Yes.
Okay. This can be, I have a couple of suggestions, actually, I really do. These are some, and not everybody's going to like these, okay? Find your own, have your own, but if you are, like, curious about some witchy music, there is a woman called Sylvia Black. Mm-hmm. You can find her on Spotify. Amazing, super dark, super creepy, witchy music. Not dark, like violent or bad, but just, there's another woman called Jill Tracy. She's amazing. She's very theatrical, very like cabaret, and it's got these kind of like evil, but sort of like fun vibes. Mm-hmm. There's also another artist called Unwoman, and she does these very like operatic, also kind of theatrical, but very like historical sounding. I don't know
like
how
epic.
To explain.
Yeah.
Yes, and some of them are like covers that she does in these really wild ways. Anyways, so those are some things to explore if you feel like it, but also literally whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever.
Chappell Roan.
Yeah.
Whatever you want. Megan Thee Stallion.
Whatever makes you feel powerful.
Whatever. So I love bringing that in.
Yeah.
Then you're going to look up the astrology for the day.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So whatever that day is, you're going to literally just look up today's astrology. And so you're just going to take note of what's there. You can compare with your natal chart and look for aspects or any things that are in common. So aspects would be, you know, if there's conjunctions or oppositions or squares or any of that. And if it's too complicated to do all that, you know, this doesn't have to be a big thing. You can just look at it for the day and see what stands out to you, you know? But if you do make those comparisons, you can kind of contemplate their significance, like what kind of energy is in that day for you specifically. But anyway, just the energy of the day in general. Okay. So now you might be getting hungry. So this time you're going to bake or cook or warm something up, whatever is in your capability. And you're just going to imbue that with witchy meaning. You're going to put good, lovely intentions into the food for yourself. If it's something that you're making that you'll end up sharing with others, you're going to be sharing that. That is a spell, like we've talked about before. Any kind of like stuff in the kitchen, cooking, even just making something simple, warming something up, all of that is
it's a
spell. Especially if you remember that it is and you intentionally do that.
Right.
So now I have 2 ideas for spells that you can do, like an actual spell work. So one of these, they kind of have 2 different vibes. So one of them is a candle blessing spell. And what this is you're going to use a candle. So it's called a chime candle or a spell candle. Okay. They're just those little short candles. You can order them online or you can get them in a lot of like witchy shops. And they usually come in a bunch of different colors, or you can get like a box that has like all the colors.
Yeah.
So you're just going to pick one or get one of those that has a color that symbolizes, you know, whatever intentions and things you want to bring. And you can look up what the colors symbolize. I did not like get into those details. But all you're going to do with that is you're going to lay out all of your other candles, like lay them flat, you know, not standing up. And then you're going to light your chosen chime candle in the chosen color. And as it's dripping the wax, you're just going to allow the wax to drip over your other candles.
Interesting.
So you will be putting that intention and energy into all of your candles.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So that's a fun one. Another idea, and this is maybe if you're in the space of needing to like banish or repress or reject some negative energy that maybe you've been dealing with. So this is banishing a curse spell. And this is where you're going to get a napkin or a paper towel. It can be cloth or, you know, disposable. And you're going to get some dirt, some black pepper.
Okay.
You're going to write the name of the person or the emotion or the memory or whatever it is that's plaguing you that you need help with.
Yeah.
You're going to write it on paper, and then you're just going to tear it up really small, and you're going to put it in there with the other stuff. You're going to kind of bunch it up, fold it up, and you're going to just hold it. And then you're just going to say, Like, I banish this energy. You're not bringing harm to the person that you're writing. You're not cursing someone back if you write a name.
Yeah, you're just breaking it from you.
Just to be clear. But you're just going to hold it, and you can say whatever words come to you. I know a lot of times with spell work, like, we kind of want words, or we think we have to have these rhyming words.
Exactly.
And you really don't. So it's kind of just saying, like, I banish this energy that is not serving me. You know, I create protection between myself and the person who is harming me. You know, whatever applies. And then you want to take your little bundle outside. If it is disposable product, you can literally bury the entire thing. Mm-hmm. Or if it's like a cloth that you need to take back, you're going to just hold one corner and like fling everything out.
I like the flinging.
Into the wind, right?
Yeah, the flinging sounds good.
Yes. And you could do that with paper towel too. You could fling it with that if you wanted to, you know? So, okay, let's see. We're almost getting to the end of the day. When it's starting to get dark, you're just going to light all your candles.
Light them all. Even the fancy ones.
Them all. And you don't have to leave them all on for hours and hours and run them all down to zero.
Right.
But make an intention to light all of your candles. Feel the warmth of that flame, reigniting the flame of your energy, of your witch practice, of all that you're wanting to draw to yourself.
That. Plus, that probably looks pretty rad.
I think it looks amazing.
Right? Just all those candles lit. It's going to look like you're doing a sacrifice. If somebody walks in on that, they're going to be like, oh, shit.
Everybody's going to know that you're reviving your witch practice if you do this.
What is she doing?
Yes.
I love it.
What are you doing in there?
It's great.
So after you bask in the glow of that and kind of feel that and let that light you up, you can extinguish them all if you'd like, or you can leave them burning. Of course, I always recommend a nice bath.
Yeah.
As a spell or a ritual. I think it's a lovely way to end the day. You can do your salts, you can do your oils, and just really relax and like allow yourself to feel rejuvenated, and just know that you have done something amazing for yourself that whole day.
That's so great. I love that. I love this idea because it's everything. It's all the little things, but it's concentrated into one, which really helps you to be intentional about each one, and because the little things, they're great suggestions, but you're gonna forget about them half the time, which is fine. It happens. But when you focus it all in one day, you know, you're practicing each one. You're getting kind of used to the muscle memory of that. You're really feeling the intentionality and the energy of each one, and you're doing it. It's a good kickstart. Like, it's a good burst to, because even if you don't do anything the next like few days or weeks or whatever, you did a lot on one day. So
yeah, I think this is going to last you a little while and maybe allow you to also bring in some of the smaller things on a more regular basis.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So, ta-da! That was my idea for relighting the cauldron flame.
Witchy day.
Witchy day.
I love it because also, you know, even back to our conversation in the beginning, you should, and our conversation about Halloween, you should, I know that, you know, this is predicated on you being able to. I understand that. But if you can, should set aside days and times and, you know, a whole day is wonderful. If it can't be a whole day, that's totally fine. But as much as you possibly can, just to do things to make yourself feel good.
Yes, because there's so much to make you feel not good.
Yeah.
That I think it's really important to make sure that you're taking care of yourself to feel good.
Yeah.
Despite other things that
absolutely
might be still true.
Yeah, and it is still going to be true, and it is still going to be there. But that's the thing, you know, about it. And acknowledging that you're in a slump is, I think that's important to acknowledge that it's okay that you are, and that that's life. There's light and dark, and there's ups and downs, and, you know, the moon has the same thing and changes all the time.
Oh,
right?
That's true.
But just because she's dark doesn't mean she's not there.
That is so true. And then she's going to come back and get full and bright again.
And you always see that moving. Like, it's constantly moving and, like, growing and gaining and then waning when she needs to. And you going into a slump is waning when you need to. But I get it. You do want to come out the other side. Like, you do want to, like, start to see those glimmers of light.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think typically our message is, just because we care about you all so much, typically our message is to just, like, stan everything you're doing and be like, you're so perfect anyway.
Yeah,
and who
you're
cares?
amazing,
You're
sweetie.
amazing. Yeah, you're enough. Like, rest is a right, and it's an act of, like, radicalness, and it is. And
it is.
all of that is true, and that can still be true, but you can also, like, want to take some action. And these actions are very, like, self-care oriented. They're, you know, not super difficult to do or obtain. So
yeah, no, and like I said, like, this is meant for when you want to bring this to you.
that's right.
This is not meant for somebody else telling you that
No.
you're not doing enough or doing right or whatever.
No, exactly. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yes.
It's great. I think, yeah, you just need to go, and it's okay to go through those slumps and to pick and choose the things that are going to bring a little bit more light, because, I mean, a witch is who you are. It's not what you do.
I think that's really good. I know that kind of echoes things that we say all the time, but
Yeah,
I
it
love
does.
how succinct that is. And it is true. And also, like you also were kind of just saying, but, like, sometimes you do need activation. Like,
You do.
you need to bring yourself some action, and it needs to be for you, because of you. But that is also how you give betterment to your community and to the people in your life.
Yeah.
You know, if you're tired and you're burned out and you're giving and giving, yes, you need to pull back. You need to rest and regroup. But then you probably want to go back out, reconnect, become, you know, active or an activist or whatever it is that is, you know, your passion.
Absolutely.
So you want to reignite that. And,
You do. Yeah.
you know, so you can be more aligned with who you like to be. And know that you can also rest and pull back when you need to.
Exactly. It's tough to find the balance. Like, we totally understand that. It's tough to find the balance in life in general with all the things you're trying to do and everything you're trying to be. And, you know, not even to mention, like, people who struggle, like, you know, we do, like, full disclosure, with chronic pain and chronic illness and or, you know, neurodivergence. Like, yeah, it's totally understandable to, like, sometimes things get, like, a little out of control, you know, like, and it's kind of a mess, but, you know, you have those, like, moments where you're, like, inspired to just, like, clean up everything all of a sudden, and how good that makes you feel. This is kind of that. Like, it's a spiritual version of that.
Yeah.
Could even be a literal version of that. Like, if your altar looks crazy, like, maybe that's something you want to do, is just, like, not even think about what's on there or what you're putting, but just clean it.
Yes.
Just clean it.
Sometimes,
just
like,
clean it, girl.
all those dried herbs, like,
Yeah, just-
sometimes they're dusty and they're crumbling, and it's like, okay, let's rotate. Let's clean
do this. Yes, because that is cleansing too. Sometimes you just need to do those things. And I know when I do that, like, I've allowed things to kind of get stagnant, and then I'm like, you know what? I just get this burst of energy, and I do them. It always makes me feel so reinvigorated for things. And I liked your spell with the candles, with dripping the wax on the other candles. It made me think of, like, when you have those bursts of energy, I know that those of us that struggle with energy, this is something that will ring really familiar to you. When you have those bursts of energy, you try to, like, future plan a little bit. You're like, ooh, I can actually feel like I can make an extra meal and put it in the freezer because I have the energy to do it now. And I know that in the next couple days, I'm not going to want to cook. So past me is going to do future me a favor.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's things like that we can do, like witchy things we can do. And that candle spell is one of those things. You're taking that beautiful intentionality that you've been building up throughout that witchy day and sort of cultivating, and you're spreading it onto your tools. That way, when you're in the next slump that you're in and you're like, I don't know, just give me a friggin' light blue candle. I'm just going to, like, throw it over here. Whatever. Right? Whatever.
Throw it.
Don't
throw candles.
Don't throw candles.
Especially lit candles.
Yeah. Don't throw your expensive candles either. Don't be doing that.
No. But you're not, you're barely being intentional. You're just kind of like, whatever,
I don't know.
whatever,
I just have to do this. I'm so over this, whatever. You're in another kind of slumpy phase, whatever. You did the thing, and that intentionality is there, so it's already there. You don't even have to do anything with that light blue candle because it already has the wax drippings from the other pink one.
I love it.
On it. So, you know, thank your parallel self.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I love that. I love taking care of future me.
Yes, it's great. Oh, I love past me so much sometimes, and I hate her sometimes.
I know, but I love it when I can love her.
I know, it's great. It's honestly great. And I think anyone with like chronic fatigue, chronic illness, or is neurodivergent is totally going to resonate with what we're saying here and be like, oh my God, that is me. Like, everything's crazy, and then I get this burst and I do all these things, and then and that's fine if you operate in that way, because that's how your brain works, or your body works. No one's judging you. Are you kidding?
Yeah. No, absolutely. And I really do think I did not think about it in those terms, but I do think that like this witchy day concept actually would really work well for those of us who aren't perfect, let's say.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is,
Yeah. No, I love it.
And like I said, you could take any one of these elements and sprinkle it throughout any day, week, etc. And
you totally can.
Once you like do that card pull on that first morning, maybe you leave your cards out and maybe you do a card pull the next day too, or in a few more days, or whatever. It just like gives you reminders too.
Yeah, that's a great one. That's really good that you mentioned like opening with that, because I think it can set the structure for sort of like what you want to focus on, even just for that particular day, to kind of see like what's going on and what you want to, because you can't be doing spells of all kinds. I mean, you're just kind of focusing on a specific energy. So it can help to dictate that. I think it can also reveal like maybe what's going on, why you're in the slump, because we're talking about it in a generality, but it might be a very specific, like really awful reason. And if that's what it is, that sucks, and that's horrible for you. So sorry for that. But that could maybe help, like, give some guidance about this is why you're in this slump, and maybe your ancestors or spiritual teams would come through even in the card pull and kind of show you what to do, or that they're there, even just that they're there.
Yeah, just remind you, just remind you that they're there. And I mean, how often it's like an accumulation of a bunch of little things, but sometimes it's one big thing. And
sometimes it is one big thing. Yeah, which we get and have been through, so we totally understand that too. And sometimes it's one big thing and it's all the other little things too, and it's the one little thing that just sets you off, and you're like, I'm out.
Yep.
I gotta go.
Like, my pencil broke. I'm done.
Ticonderoga. That's what it was. Pencil brand.
That is really good.
And you would write a strongly worded letter, except you can't because your pencil's broken.
Elmer Hodge.
Elmer Hodge is the one that said Ticonderoga in my head.
How did you know that? You literally had to clarify that's a pencil brand. I'm like, what are you saying?
And I feel like it was myself telling myself that's a pencil brand. And then it came out of my mouth.
Yeah, that was wild.
What is happening to me?
The things you're witnessing here on this episode of Dumb Witch Swim. Okay, do you have more things to add into this lovely conversation? I mean, we definitely have covered a lot, and I think...
Yeah, we've covered a lot. Okay. The only other things I will say... I like to incorporate nature in some way.
Oh, yes.
Whether that's literally going outside and, like, literally touching grass, whatever. Looking up at the sky and being like, there's the sky. It can just be that. And sometimes that's all you can do. Or it has to be from the window or whatever. That's fine. Or buying flowers or something. Just something.
Yep.
Something with nature. I think always is helpful to me. If you can like go on a walk or get out in nature, that's obviously preferable.
Yes. And I can't believe that I did not include that in my witchy. You could fit that in your witchy day.
You could, but you were focused on a very hearthy witch thing, and I really liked that vibe, and that's the vibe. So this was not the vibe.
But still, it's such a great suggestion.
Yeah. And then I think reading, and that could definitely be incorporated into your Hearth Witch Day is reading. And if you can read like kind of witchy adjacent or witchy related stuff, I think that would be nice. I think that would be good.
Yeah, it could be inspirational.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be instructive. It can just be like a really fun, cozy little like witchy romance or novel or something, but it could be instructive.
Yeah, no, it's true. Or if you have, anything laying around, like a book of anything, astrology or spell stuff, you could just, totally.
Yeah, I think that's a nice time to do that because you're open I mean, a lot of times we're reading these things really trying to, like, with a focus and a goal, and I don't know. And this is just, like, just read to kind of maybe absorb a couple of things. Don't really worry about it. Just see what comes up for you. I think that would be nice, too.
Yes, I love those added suggestions.
Yeah.
I think those are awesome.
We'll do them if we have a witchy day. We'll do them.
Yeah, maybe you can also have a witchy day with friend if you can, or pet.
Or pets.
If you have a good pet that will do a nice day with you.
Oh my God.
Unlike ours, who ruin our days all.
Yeah, just meowing at you the entire time. You're just trying to do things and just meh.
Yeah, but also won't leave you alone.
No.
But also doesn't participate.
No, and doesn't know what they want, but doesn't want you doing that stuff because that's not just laying there and catering to them.
No, but then if you pay attention to them, at least
then they're
then they're like, leave me alone.
Yeah, what are you doing? Do your witchy thing. I would. Okay,
I know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hope you have better pets than we do.
They're like, Jesus. We're like, but we love them.
Don't talk about them. We love them.
We do. We actually really do.
We really do. So, okay, no, I think this was great. I feel very cozy and comfy about this, too.
I know. I almost feel like I did it. It's nice.
I know. I kind of feel like I did it, too.
Yeah, it's nice.
Okay, that reminds me. Just last suggestion. If you listen to this episode and you listen to it all again, and you close your eyes and you have Sleeping Beauty's dream and you remember and remind and imagine yourself doing all these things, it can be just as good as doing it.
Oh my God, I love that.
True.
That's amazing. You should.
That is magic.
That is magic. You're magic. That's how I feel.
Until next time.
Stay witchy, friends.
And stay dumb.
Dumb Witch Club is written and hosted by us, Ashley Sidner
and Jackie Gerard at the Dumb Witch Clubhouse in Orange County, California.
Produced and edited by Matt Heinemeyer. Art direction by Violet Turner. Culture consultant Jane Turner.
Original music by Ashley Sidner. Look us up on all your favorite social media platforms, including TikTok and Patreon.
Until next time, stay witchy, friends.
And stay dumb.